Thank you, Ian. Now, Faith, how is mental health affected by conflicts?
Mental health is affected by conflict in several ways, of course, and it has forced us to maintain, social distancing that we are struggling with at the moment. So people really become anxious and so on and so forth. And of course, before we start, it's very, very, very important to understand what mental health is. And mental health is actually the state of psychological, emotional, and of course, social well-being of people. And of course, if once there's a conflict, these three areas of our lives are actually affected.
So, Faith, there's a mental health during a pandemic and also mental health during a conflict. What do you get when you put those two extreme situations together?
Our day-to-day life could create some level of stressors, and that could really go and affect our mental health in different ways. And that is why you see people are not able to carry out their day-to-day functions normally. And so when conflict actually happens, it actually disrupts everything that happens around you normally. So what you would normally do, um, normally without stress, you find yourself finding it difficult to access certain places and also be with your loved ones. So it actually brings a stop to your life, and then it affects, some of the mental health challenges that you're already battling with. And so it actually increases in some way.
So then how do I cope? I'm undergoing a pandemic, we all are. And then on top of that, I also have an issue where I'm maybe afraid for my life. I'm being displaced from my place where I live. How do I cope with the mental health challenges that come with such a situation?
Definitely, people need to really develop self care strategies, right? Which would really work both ways, can really help them physically and also mentally. And what are some of those self care strategies? We have one, you can keep regular routine. So if you know this is the time to go to bed, you need to go to bed at that time. If you know that, okay, this is the time to go out and this is the time to eat, it really helps you to balance your mental state.
And probably I should have begun with this, but how do I know that basically my mental health is under duress? You've told us about how to cope, but how can I recognize the symptoms that when they're affecting me?
A lot of the times we realize that once we're going about our day-to-day activity, we sometimes are having issues with relationships, right? For example, the way we would react to certain things will become harsh. So for some people, they are unable to sleep. Some begin to experience nightmares. Some begin to, withdraw themselves from people. Once you notice some of these changes and it's affecting your relationship with people around you and even your work, when you work, of course, that should give you a signal that there is a problem that you need to really address.
Thank you so much. That was Faith Paul, a clinical psychologist in Nigeria. Back to you, Ian.